Nature viewers, the Colonel speaking to you live from an obscure corner of the lay rectory where the Squire keeps some, but by no means all, of his cabinet machines. Good afternoon, Squire.
Good afternoon, Colonel. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, this is the department which is called Give Up Hope All You Wait.
It's not too bad, I don't think.
It's terrible, really. Well, here I have some of the larger gramophones that I had. But I thought we might start with this portable,
yes,
which is quite interesting. Now, this looks like a 102.
It does, very much.
Very similar. You'll notice the handle comes out of the front on this one.
Yes.
You look inside, and then suddenly it looks like a 101.
It does actually, yes.
Because what you've got is a 101 horn in a 102 cabinet. It's a German Electrola.
Yep.
And it's a dual powered motor.
Right, so you can plug it in.
You can plug this one into the mains. It either works on mains or spring power.
Oh yes, there's a sort of electrical
voltage adjuster
adjuster. There's an electric brake by the look of it.
Yeah, well that's a bit lethal, so
right.
It tends to be used on...
and that's a sort of number 4 sound box?
That's Electrola number 4, version of the number 4.
Right.
Yes, so that's quite nice condition, but the electrics need tidying up on that.
I'm not surprised.
A bit lethal the last time I tried it. It still works very well on spring. What they do, you see, is they've got a spring motor, and then at the end of the governors there's a piece on the end of the governors, and on the end of there is an electric motor.
Oh, I see, right.
So the electric motor actually drives it through the governors.
It's amazing, they can fit all that in.
I know, and then there's a sort of release clutch that it doesn't mess the spring up.
Right, so that's why it's been turned sideways to wind there,
yeah, so
I suppose, yes.
That's a wind, and then when the electric's running, I mean the spring will run down and there's some release mechanisms to stop it messing the spring up.
Amazing.
So I got that one directly from Germany a few years ago. I had some customers when I was in one of the antique centres had got one of these and they wanted to try it with a 5A sound box.
Yes.
So I got them a 5A sound box, and we were talking about it, and he said, well, it's a dual powered one. I said, well, I've been long looking forward to getting one of those, and they managed to get one for me in Germany.
Amazing.
And send it over.
Oh, that's jolly.
That's that one. And then underneath it is a cabinet one. Now this is a very large, is a Decker Salon Model 77.
Ah yes, I have one myself.
Now these are superb. The lid support's a bit dicky at the moment. I'll have to strip it out sometime.
It's a double saxophone horn, isn't it?
It's a double saxophone horn in that. That is amazing. It really is. It is a very good sound.
Although, if you get one with a sound box where the rubbers have perished, it won't sound very good. You've got to change the rubbers in the back onto the arm, and that it's fairly precise, otherwise you lose all the bass response.
You do.
Which is a shame, because it's a magnificent machine, that one. And here we have something else exciting.
Well, let's have a look at this on the top to begin with. This is obviously a Goldring Lanco turntable, but at the moment I'm in the procedure of modifying it with this different tone arm. As you see, it's very long. Yes. And I'm developing that to play any record up to 20 inches in diameter.
Good Lord.
So that's an ongoing project I've got to... It's only been about 4 years and I've never...
Oh, that's almost yesterday in project terms, isn't it? Especially sort of projects we get up to.
And now we have something very special. Now people talk about unusual machines, they talk about rare machines, and they talk about unique machines. Well, this, as far as I'm concerned, is all of those.
Yes, it is.
Now if you look at the lid moulding, now that looks very similar to a Model 202 cabinet gramophone. 203, I mean,
yes, but without the carving.
Without the carving. Open the door, you've got a fretwork which looks very, very like an HMV one.
Yes.
Open the record cabinet. And you've got a fitted record cabinet.
Yes, we can't see, it's a bit dark.
A bit dark, yeah.
If I'd have brought a high-powered torch with me, it might have been a bit easier.
And we open the top.
And all HMV fittings.
It's all HMV fittings.
Yes.
What this is, as far as I know, is either an experimental gramophone or a prototype.
See, behind there are 2 horns, aren't there?
Yes,
treble and bass.
The treble and 2 horns, yes, that's right.
Could you take the... Actually, there are photos on the forum of this that I took last time I was here.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
It is a bit awkward actually, I seem to recall. I'll get round this side so we can got some light.
Oh, it just seems to be sticking badly. Yes, it's a bit difficult to get out. Sorry.
Ah, well, don't worry.
Yeah.
You can have a look at the pictures on the forum, viewers.
Yes, I think it may have expanded just a little bit.
It's easy done.
Yeah, but then that is the prototype.
Very exciting.
And can I say it's a floor standing cabinet? This is definitely gramophone company build quality, and there's no doubt about it. It's not a sort of cheaply knocked up cabinet.
No, it's French polished too, and all inlaid. It's the size of a 192 to give people some idea.
Yes, yeah.
Of what it is.
So that is really something. I mean, that really is something a bit special. Now, in the corner, though I can't really get at it, behind there, tucked away, that's a Lenthall gramophone.
Lenthall, not a Lenthall soundbox, viewers. A Lenthall gramophone. They are advertised, but
yeah.
I think that's the only one I've ever seen or heard of.
Yeah, well, that's the Lenthall.
And then down here we've got someone has shrunk a 203, haven't they?
Well, what they've got there basically is what it was originally was an HMV floor standing radio.
And it's almost identical to a 203. It's got all the sort of lid mouldings and the mouldings and everything, except it's got a speaker, and it's actually very small, but it's identical to a 203.
Well, what it is, this is not a radiogram. This is a radio. This was never a radiogram, but this one, they've got the cabinet and they modified it probably in the 1940s.
Yes.
And they put this big Armstrong radio in there. Now I should be able to get something out of it with a bit of luck.
I didn't realise it was plugged in.
Believe it or not, we should get something in a minute. It's an 8-valve receiver with push-pull output. I bought it locally in a local second-hand shop, but somebody had fitted a 1970s or 80s loudspeaker in there, so I took that out. I've got an old Goodman speaker.
Yes. I'm just going to get kitted up.
Oh, this is Radio 4, viewers, the home service.
All in one, like some incredible chemical protection outfit. But it means that the bees can't find a way in. At least I hope they can't find a way.
Well, that's jolly good, isn't it?
Go to the beehive to open it.
I'm ready to go. So this is a light blue one. The smoking gun.
And a smoker, yes. Count the bees down, okay?
Fantastic.
And then we open it.
Ever so loud.
Explain to us why the smoke calms the bees.
Because bees are wild animal and is afraid of the fire. So if you smoke them, they are a little bit afraid and calm. So here
How about that?
Brilliant. I don't know what that bloke's talking about, but...
Beekeeping.
Oh, yes, but how can you be afraid and calm at the same time? Very strange. But that's brilliant. What a lovely machine.
It needs a bit of more work doing to it, but it does basically work. I know there's a circlip come off the bottom of the tuning control. I must get that put back on, because I do not want the job of putting a new drive cord on. That's a pig of a job to do.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Right, so we move this one, and here we have a floor standing.
There's always a foil, isn't there?
Floor standing duophone cabinet gramophone.
Yes.
And this is the one with the
double
big
sound
double
box,
sound box,
double tone arm, concert size sound boxes, and the
external brake.
Yes. Which breaks the turntable and releases the tone arm.
Yeah, what you do then is if you can shut it off without raising the lid. You just go that, and it shuts the motor off. And then under the next one, I can only show you part.
Yes.
I'll show you these in a great more detail another day. And that's a Vesper Cabinet Gramophone.
Wonderful thing.
There again, a beautiful piece of work, lovely condition. One of the best ones I've got, really.
Yes. and it's a later Vesper because the horn points forward.
Well, that's right.
Probably made by Waring and Gillow, but I don't think we found anything on there to say so.
No, well, we had. I think we both had a table gramophone years ago that was Waring and Gillow.
Oh yes.
So it could easily be. But they were made by a company called Stadmac, weren't they?
Standard manufacturing. Well, yes, but I think they went bust in the early 20s.
Yes.
And then I think that probably Henry Seymour used, because they use Henry Seymour tone arms, actually got them made by Waring and Gillow under contract, and you know, it carried on for a little while after then.
I mean, it is a fabulous quality, beautiful piece of work.
Oh yes.
Well, that's roughly what I've got in here.
Wonderful stuff.
Let's go into straight round into
That's a big portable you've got there.
Ah, yes, that'll be. Oh, I'll pick that up. Show the world that one. Oh, yeah.
Golly dear, oh dear.
Heavens.
It's a big colonial Columbia, isn't it?
Yes, it is. People are used to seeing the 113, which has got the record cabinet holder in the top, or the 113A.
Which is like this, but
this is a colonial version.
Fantastic.
Absolutely beautiful condition, chrome
what's
plated.
this called?
I think it's a model 221. I can't really read it. I think it's 221.
See if we can get in there. Columbia Viva Turntable Graphanola 221, yes.
Yeah.
There you go, viewers. I don't know whether you can see it, but there we are.
But I mean, this one just absolutely yells your luxury. There's no doubt about
Absolutely.
it.
And it's all chrome inside.
It is chrome, yeah, that's right. And record carrier in the lid, of course, like the 113A, but unlike the 113A, you've got the Plano reflex tone arm.
Absolutely.
So this is a bit of a later one, but magnificent quality.
It certainly is.
In nice condition.
Oh, fantastic. So you wanted to go through into the other part of the lay rectory.
Well, yes, if we go through into the next
room. Back up, viewers.
Yes.
And creep into the collection room.
Well, this is the other shower.
Oh, that looks familiar.
Oh,
it's the Dalekaphone the idiots didn't destroy.
Oh well, that's a World Heritage piece.
So are some of the idiots.
But just to correct a wrong assumption, I am also interested in radiograms.
You are indeed. And some dealers, I'm told, deal in repros and radiograms nowadays, so that's interesting.
Well, this one's got to be restored. This is a 1950s one.
Yes.
By McMichael. Now you think, oh, nice radio.
Yes, but it looks a bit like a telly from the side.
Then you see, what you do is you lift the top up, and there's your turntable underneath. 3-speed Goward auto changer.
And is that the speaker in the lid?
Yeah, no, the speaker's down here.
Oh, right.
Now it's just under the radio chassis.
Right.
So you've got the radio in the lid. There's another part of the chassis underneath. I mean, that is really... I've seen one or two of those on eBay, but not in very good condition.
I was going to say, were they expensive new?
I would have said so, yes. It's a 3-speed changer, so it would probably be about I'd guess it to be about 1955, maybe.
Right.
Because the Speed 16 never really caught on in this country.
No, I think it was
It was due for use for talking books.
Right.
But in America, I think it was CBS did put a series of 16 RPM 12-inch LPs of music out.
Right.
I did see one once, but I've only ever seen one. If I move this horn out of the way. Here's another radiogram here, in this chair.
Oh, having a rest. There we go. Oh,
this one's a little bit more common. This is a region tone. You just pull the dial down and the changer is in there.
That's very good, isn't it?
Lovely condition, good working order, that one.
I used to know a chap years ago who collected tabletop radiograms, and he had quite a few, 50 or 60, and he was paying nothing for them in auction at the time, which is probably 20 years ago when no one was buying radiograms, but let alone major dealers.
But then you've got typical BSR Mon at 4-speed auto changer in there.
So a standard bit of equipment.
But you see quite a few of these around, but normally they are a bit older than this one. and long, medium and short wave. Well, this has got long and medium, but it's got FM band on.
Oh, that's
And it's also got twin loudspeakers.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And the knobs are on the front of this, whereas normally they're on the side.
So presumably people had these on their sideboards.
Absolutely. Oh golly, yes. That's what you sort of dreamed of getting, and people like us had a wind-up gramophone or a dance set record player.
Oh, didn't you say
things like that?
Well, weren't you saying a friend of yours first heard stereo at your place with you'd rigged up 2 radios?
Oh, very much so. Yes, indeed. Oh, indeed. Yes.
Something like this was completely out of the question.
Golly, no, you just couldn't afford them in those days.
No.
Stereo was the preserve of people like doctors, accountants, solicitors, professional people.
Yes.
Because you think a transcription turntable would probably be about £25 in those days. Well,
which was some week's wages.
That was only one part of a whole system.
And of course you had to buy everything in sequence, I suppose.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I suppose things like this and the tabletop radiogram sort of replaced wind-up gramophones for a lot of people.
Well, I think what replaced them was the dance set record players.
Ah, yes.
These are the next stage up. I mean, these are both. I mean, these are both nice radiograms, and they do. This one works quite well. There's nothing wrong with that. That needs doing up. I must get on with it and get it done sometime. Ah,
yes, not another project.
Oh, life is full of projects.
Well, it should be. You know, you can't sit around looking at the walls, can you?
I shall fall off the perch long before I get all this lot done.
Well, but that's the point, isn't it? You keep active and interested. There's always got to be some interest in life, hasn't there? Oh, wriggling out something exciting there. That's an incredible bit of kit. Now, where are you going to put it?
That's a very, very good question, actually.
Looks like a very early radio of some
sort. It's a very early radio. See if I can put it on top of that record player. There we go. If I put it on here.
Ah.
There we are. GC All Electric Mains 3 radio.
Right. Lots of big valves in there.
Yep. Golly, yes.
What are these big tins?
Those are the tuning coils, I expect.
Right. You're not going to plug it in, are you?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that.
Well, I can. It could do. I haven't got a loudspeaker on it. It does work.
Ah, right.
No, that set works all right.
I see.
That's about 1930 as far as I know.
Right. Well, that's very interesting.
So yes, I don't just have gramophones, I have other things as well.
Oh, absolutely. Lots of interest.
Get this down there without causing a big fuss or hurting yourself.
Well, yes, hurting yourself is something to avoid. Yes, all sorts of exciting and familiar looking things. Of course, we forgot that you... Oh no, did you get it last year, the style number 6 over there?
I think we may have shown people that.
Yes, we have, yes. Yeah. I wondered if that was one of your 2016 bargains.
No, I don't think it was.
No.
No, not that one.
Oh well, very exciting.
I think people have probably seen most of them in here.
Yes, I think they have. Dialecophone and all the rest of it. Wonderful stuff.
Still, there's a bit to be going.
And there's still plenty to be shown, isn't there? I think there are some hidden in this cupboard, perhaps.
I don't think...
Ah.
Not now, it used to be. I don't think they are now.
What's this large machine here?
Oh, it's an Edison bell.
Ah, right,
it's a blue Edison bell, just wants a good clean.
Yes, I know the feeling. Well, wonderful, thank you for showing us all these exciting things.
No problem, that's okay.
Hopefully you've enjoyed it, viewers. And hopefully we'll see you in our next video.
Okay then, take care.
Thank you, viewers. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.